Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Again. Today we're going to be talking about a real Sega classic, and that's Afterburner 2.
Yeah! We're actually taking airplanes to a different perspective.
Yeah, it's kind of
We're
weird
no
how,
longer...
even though we're going alphabetically, we have like a run of plane games all in a row.
I guess the air is kind of just goes along with the airplanes, I guess.
Aero, Afterburners, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
weird.
even the Aero the Acrobat. Yeah, even that we were kind of flying in.
Oh dear. So this game is incredibly popular. It's actually featured in Terminator 2. In case you don't know what I'm talking about there, the scene where they're in the arcade, John Connor is playing in an Afterburner arcade machine.
Nice.
Yeah, so this was born from the arcade, basically. It was meant to be an arcade game, and it originally appeared on the NES and the Master System, I believe, as Afterburner. And this version again came on the arcades, but was also on the Mega Drive.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a lot of the Sega Genesis games where they just had arcade ports, just pop them right on the Genesis.
Yeah, and I mean there were a lot of games like this around the time, because this was like, I think 1990 or maybe a couple of years before. I mean it's kind of similar to games like Space Harrier and there's a helicopter game as well, but it's basically like you can't really move around anywhere. It's all very like rail shootery.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. It's very linear, and it also just it points you in the one direction. There's not a lot that you have to worry about, really. I mean, you still have to worry about the planes and stuff, and it still is. It doesn't defeat the fact that it's pretty hard, but...
I think hard is an understatement.
Yeah.
Because it's
this game is pretty...
Yeah, because it's quite, I guess, one-dimensional. It means that there is a smaller margin for error.
Yeah, definitely. You have a ton of stuff coming at you, a ton of missiles and things. And look at all those ships. Like, how can you shoot all of them at once?
Well, I mean, basically how the game works is that the machine gun you're firing is actually automatic, but it fires only directly in front of you, and most of the time it's useless. You also have the missiles, which you can see down in the bottom right. Each one of those big missiles is accounts for like a ton of small missiles, and basically when you lock on, you just have to fire. So you basically just spend your time spamming the B button. Every single time it hears you fire, you hit that button. Like your life depends on it.
That's the one thing I really remember about this game was the fire, fire, fire.
Yeah, you can also speed up and slow down, but I don't really know if there's any if that
benefit.
Accomplishes it. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I mean,
I guess if you want to go Matrix.
It is a really tricky game. I mean, I'm sure that maybe I just suck. I don't know. I found it challenging though. I mean, I've already gone through my first continue, and we're about 3 minutes in now.
Yeah. It's also really fast paced. Like this is really super fast.
I mean,
you have to be quick on your feet.
Yeah, and I mean, as you'll see later on as well, you start getting enemies attacking you from the back as well, and you have to do evasive rolls. And to perform the evasive rolls, you have to go all the way to the one side and then quickly change direction, and then he'll spin up around in the air. But even that's not a surefire escape mechanism.
No, definitely not. I can imagine in this game people were buying it in order to practice, so that when they went back to the arcade, they'd rock.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of arcade games when I was a kid, but Afterburner is not one I played. I guess because the cabinet, I don't think any arcades that I went to actually had it, because it was some pretty sophisticated piece of kit, because it had all the G-force and the gyroscopic movements and all that stuff in it as well, and you had the full flight stick.
I wonder if they had these at the boardwalks I went to when I was a kid. I wasn't really allowed to go in the arcades that much. Well, it wasn't that I wasn't allowed to, it was just that nobody ever wanted to go in with me.
Oh, you could have played Afterburner.
Yeah, I know, maybe, but yeah,
oh, there you go. There's the guy attacking from the rear.
The graphics, the graphics are pretty freaking decent.
Although
for a Sega Genesis
the animations
game.
are terrible.
The animations are terrible, but
like,
I mean,
the
like,
ship that's coming from behind. Look at it. It just like it does nothing. Look at that. They just.
The ground is all.
That's because you're flying
But
so
I mean,
fast, Lauren.
like-
You can't see it properly.
No. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of that part in Lion King when you're running with the stampede and like you're going forward. Except this is going the other way. But this kind of reminds me of it, like graphic wise.
What are those blue things on the floor? Like, I understand the other things are supposed to be bushes, but I don't know what the blue things are supposed to be.
They're spaceships. Just a ton of spaceships. Or maybe they're a flower. Or maybe they're just blue trees where these people are from.
Maybe.
Hey, look, it's a Smurf tree. Yay!
These guys are so annoying.
They're like pests.
It's like it gets so bad at the end because you have the guys attacking you from behind, you have missile spam from the front, and in a minute they'll start throwing missiles at me from behind as well, which is just really annoying.
As you can see, we've reached the bonus stage, so Daryl's just gonna kind of avoid it, like those people who try to avoid traffic by driving in the shoulder lane.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that I completely missed here. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe it just gets me bonus score without any risk, but I didn't really want to take the risk, so I just avoided everything.
I say it's a safe bet. I mean,
Well, in a game where you can die so easily,
yeah.
you don't really want to take any chances.
No, definitely not.
So this stage 9 actually sees the introduction of the missiles that I was talking about earlier, which come at you from behind. So not only do you have to worry about 10 missiles coming at you from the front, you also have to worry about them coming from behind, and you have to worry about fighter jets attacking you from behind as well. It's all good fun.
Yeah, and then these guys from way back here, they kind of look like one ship, but then as you get closer, there are multiple ships.
Yeah, the blue Harrier jump jets.
Kind of like an asteroid, but this is where we just keep dying.
Yeah, it's where...
It just gets so hard.
I'm sure if you persevered and like actually practiced a lot at it, then your reflex with it would improve, and you'd know exactly where to go to avoid the missiles.
Definitely.
It just takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and back in the day, a lot of quarters.
We've reached yellow fields.
Yes, although I believe this is where I meet my doom.
Oh.
Yeah, game over.
Game over.
I ran out of credits.
But you're just under that Sega, dude.
Yep, Sega Mega Drive 16-bit speed visual. I actually made a bit of an error here. When I was gonna put in gun, I accidentally hit the B, and instead of going all the way back and starting again, I figured I'd just make up another acronym, which if you're a Doom player should make sense, because it's big something gun.
I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty freaking hard, so if you're really looking for a challenge, definitely go for Afterburner. Otherwise, you might want to steer clear. Anyways, that's it this episode of Let's Play Again. Thank you for listening and watching. This has been a GamingUnion.net production.